Grand Risings. Today is Thursday, January 13th, and this is your Shekinah Wisdom Podcast. Today, my lovelies, I want to talk to you about how do you deal with pain, right? A lot of people don't deal with pain at all. They suppress it out of fear of opening up to someone that might cause them further pain. And it can have a domino effect in society when you have pain and it's not being expressed. When you are dealing with pain, it is best to get to the root, to the source of the pain, right? Why are you feeling as though that you cannot go on? What about that experience made it that you feel that you have to live in that moment? The only way pain can hurt you is when you replay the events over and over in your mind. Even with physical pain, right? With physical pain, next time you feel physical pain, ask yourself, what is the root cause of this pain? You always have to find a root, right? Even with physical pain, in order to alleviate it, you get to the root, or you're just medicating it and not dealing with it, but the pain will come back when you don't deal with it from its root cause. Yeah, you could pop painkillers. However, when the painkillers wear off, you still have to face reality. Same thing as with things that pain us. It's easy to self-medicate. Like, instead of dealing with the issue at its root cause, you do other things so you don't have to deal with it, whatever it may be. It doesn't even have to be something negative. However, to overcome the pain, you go to the root source. A lot of times it's because that act made you feel powerless, right? But what if you do a shift in perception and start looking at it as this event showed you something else? What did it teach you? And what did it teach you about people? What did it teach you about yourself? How can you apply these lessons moving forward? That's what pain is all about, right? So you know that when you feel this pain or something that led to this pain, you know how to act and react in the situation. But if you live in that pain, then it's like dying a death over and over and over again. And not realizing that sometimes pain is caused to immobilize you. People will inflict pain in your life if they see that it will immobilize you. How about you not become immobilized? How about you take that fire from that pain and you transmute it into some creative force, and that is how we live and move. Like when we are born, we have a death date. Unbeknownst to us what that date is, we still have one. And no one is leaving before that time. And when you understand that about nature and the ebb and flow of life, you'll be able to move forward in a way that's healing, as opposed to in a way where you are so grieved that you cannot carry out what your ancestors want you to carry out, which is for you to be the best you that you could possibly be. Think about how many people came before you that sacrificed whatever they did in their lives just so that you can have that breath. And what are you doing with it? Are you going to sit and wallow in self-pity and grief? Or are you going to turn that grief into something that even the one that made you grieve has no choice but to sit back in awe out of what came from that. You know, pains are not made to cripple us. It's to give us warning signs that something is awry, right? Like if you hurt your finger and then it starts hurting you and then it starts pussing and whatever, you know there's more issues and you need to deal with it at the root level. And that's how we approach pain and anything that is uncomfortable to us. I want you to gain from this talk today an ability to be able to look at your life in a way that is going to empower you. Let all of your experiences empower you, not just the positive ones. You have to also be empowered by the negative experiences, because the negative experiences truly bring out the best in you, because that gives you something to compare things to, a comparison. And while you're making that comparison, you're creating a blueprint for not only yourself, but for others that you decide to share that blueprint with. And that's what I do every morning here in this podcast. I share my journey with you so that you could be in a better position, so that we can all be in a better position, right? It's all a part of the collective conscious healing that needs to be done on this planet. And how do you heal the collective consciousness? By healing yourself. By not allowing the pains from yesterday to hold you back from being happy today. How much are you going to punish yourself? Because at this point, after the action has taken place, it is now your fault. Because you are choosing to replay these actions over and over and over again in your mind. So, on this thought-provoking Thursday, I want you to think harder about the things that is hurting you. And I want you to find a way to transmute that pain into a gain, right? I want you to understand that you are still here to tell a tale. And you could do it. All right, my lovelies. If you need further assistance, you can head over to shekinahwisdom.com where you can book an appointment. Or if you want art therapy, you can head over to iamucollection.com. And if you simply want to support the work we are doing here, you can Cashapp Unearthing the Truth. All right, my lovelies, you have a wonderful, amazing day.